What's up, everyone? Welcome to Junior the Big Dog, your favorite father and son duo covering Miami Hurricanes football and sports. How's everybody doing this evening? What's up, Big Dog? We got some news that broke today. We got a lot to get to today.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And excited for it, too. A lot of stuff going on. Got orange and green blood in. Cohen, it's all about the you, Cohen.
Yes, sir, baby.
Ja Kane is with us, Mr. HD. Ja Kane's, it's J.A. Kane, I should say, right? It's been a while since he's been in. So glad to see you in there, Mr. HD. Captain Trips, what do you say? George Roberts, Senor, what do you say, Mr. Roberts?
Elijah will be rocking number 99.
I like it. That's a good number to have.
Mr. Roberts, if you don't mind telling us how's Elijah doing, man? Where's he at? Height, weight wise. If you care to share, man, I would like to know because I expect big things from that young man. Yeah. Before we go ahead and keep on with the roll call, man. If you guys are new here, new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Hit that like button, hit the notification bell so you get notified anytime me and the Big Dog do go live. We go live every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We cover recruiting. We do player breakdowns, post game, pre-game. We do it all here when it comes to the Miami Hurricanes, man. And if you guys want to follow us on Facebook, please do so as well. Junior the Big Dog, just check us out. And if you're watching us on Facebook, man, let's get those subs up. All right, I want to see us start to get those subs up. So, share to your family, your friends, whatever. Share, let them know to follow and to subscribe to Junior and the Big Dog. Tonight is going to be an exciting show, man. A very, very exciting show.
Yes, it is. Tony Kidd, Stacy, what do you say, Stacy? Zach, Baytu Perry, what do you say, Baytu Perry? You Goldwire, Baby Shaq, Kane Forever. Bergie, what do you say, Bergie?
Bergie.
Ed Pratt, Big Kane, 7th Floor Kane.
Oh,
Jason,
man.
Jason Arnold's with us. What do you say, Jason?
Hey, Elijah, Mr. Roberts is saying Elijah is 6'5", 260. He's giving his all in practice and conditioning.
Scary. I like it. That's
what I'm talking about.
You can tell young man's been working hard.
Oh, yeah.
Reshaping himself. Austin Kane, V Kane, Maccabee, OG, DeMonte, what do you say, DeMonte? DPGC Miami 305. Kingwood.
Jay Blaze, man, it's been a minute.
Oh my God,
brother.
Jay, what do you say?
What's going on? Hope everything's
I've
good,
been
man.
asking about you. I talked to Alonzo the other day, and he told me you were doing well. So I'm glad to hear that. Thank you very much, Kingwood. For those of you that don't know, it was my birthday on Monday, no?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. My birthday was Monday. And, yep. So thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. Got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do, man. Absolutely.
Got a lot to talk about.
It's funny because we were going to talk about, obviously, since we were live last week, we got 2 brand new commits with Brashard Smith and Thomas Davis, and we are going to indeed talk about them and talk about.
You guys know how excited I was about Brashard.
Yeah, but
not taking anything away from Thomas Davis, but Brashard. I mean, you're talking about a guy who already has
so underrated.
Oh yeah. I don't. You know me. I don't pay attention to that. But the Brashard has legit 4.4 speed, guys.
Yeah,
a guy who has 4.4 speed now. When he gets into a strength and conditioning program in college, man, that's a young man that could end up lighting it up at 4.3. And I'm really excited. Listen, our whole wide receiver group, when you have Romulo Brinson, you have Jacoby George, and now Brashard Smith, all 3 of them already committed. Man.
We're going to get to that.
Man, that's some talent.
George is saying that Roche couldn't believe that he was a freshman. When he couldn't believe Elijah was a.
Yeah, now, imagine.
We're gonna get to the ACC schedule for sure, man. We're gonna get to the ACC schedule for sure. I don't care about Clemson, man. That's easy money. No, I'm just kidding. We will get to it, man. We will get to it.
I'm gonna tell you right now an old Jimmy Johnson line.
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
About what Jimmy Johnson used to say about playing a tough team.
You see,
You said when you walk into a gorilla cage and you're going to fight the gorilla, you don't tiptoe into the cage. You walk into the cage, you punch the gorilla right in the mouth, and you say, "What's up?"
that's the kind of energy we need, big dog.
There you go.
Listen, I'll tell you what.
I ain't scared of nobody.
What has me really ticked off is the Notre Dame situation and them being eligible for the ACC championship. I mean, that kind of gets me a little upset, but it is what it is, man.
Here's where it gets me upset is they joined the ACC as it applies to basketball because it benefited them. But yet Notre Dame football, which always has, listen, it might not have been, I mean, it's been plenty successful, but it is the most traditional football program probably in the country, okay, right, in terms of being watched. You know, Notre Dame fan base really is all spread out all over the country. I mean, I know other teams are also, but Notre Dame was always, you know, it's Newt Rockne, it's, you know, it's all the you know, Paul Hornung, it's all the names that Notre Dame has had in the past. So it's been the signature marquee. In fact, they've always had their own television deal, at least for the last, I guess, 30 years since they've been on NBC. But it bothered me that the ACC accepted that they took Notre Dame in for basketball, but they only had to play 4 football conference games a year. Oh, but now COVID comes around and conferences are just playing conference schedules. Oh, let's go ahead and now we're going to let you in to the championship game too. That rubs me the wrong way. Bergie with the big donation. Thank you, Bergie.
Bergie, always supporting, man. Always with the donos. He says, I can't believe that they didn't give us Notre Dame. Really wanted that game.
It made much more sense for us to get Notre Dame.
Yeah,
with the history of our rivalry. So yeah.
He says he really wanted that game. Happy with the schedule, but wanted Notre Dame bad. And they took. I want to Duke too, man. I want to Duke too. We're not gonna play. We're not gonna play Duke.
We're not.
It is what it is.
And they switched Virginia, which was going to be a bro game. Now it's a home game.
Correct.
And Blake James said that the non-conference, because if you guys haven't heard, they're going to do a 10-game conference schedule. The conference will not have divisions for this year, and the 2 teams with the best winning percentage will play in the ACC championship game. Right. So the conference is going to be just one division, and like I said, the 2 top teams will play in the ACC championship game. For the other thing, Blake James has said that we're going to play 10 conference games and 1 non-conference game. And Blake James has said that non-conference game will be either Temple, Wagner, or UAB.
Okay, I didn't see that, big dog.
Yeah, so Blake James
is going to be Temple, Wagner, or UAB.
Or UAB.
Okay,
will be one of.
And we still don't know what the schedule is going to look like in terms of.
We don't know where we start. They said that the season's going to start the week of September 7th to September 12th, and then you'll have all 11 games played in a 13-week span, and then late in the year for the ACC championship game will be either December 12th or December 19th.
Okay.
So, which is really late. Usually we play that first week of December, the ACC championship game. So,
hey, you know what would be a dream scenario? Who said it? I had it up here. Brendan said it. Miami versus Notre Dame in the ACC championship. You imagine?
That'd be something else. B. Kane said that Blake James said that thank you, Jay. Thank you so much, man. Jay with the donation. He says, love all of our U family. Absolutely.
Man.
Thank you, Jay.
Hey, Jay, we missed you, man.
Yeah, glad to hear you're doing well.
I love that picture you got too, man. That Sean T. Redskins jersey. Well, I can't say Washington football team jersey.
That's right. It's Washington football team won't be in Redskins anymore. The V. Canes was saying that Blake James said the 11-game schedule is aspirational. Jason, we were saying the same exact thing. We wanted FIU.
Yeah, we did.
For the 11th game.
We don't get to have revenge on FIU or Duke, man. That's what kind of gets me a little upset. I'm like,
that's all right.
Just want to get that taste out of your mouth. You just want to get
That's
that
all
bad
right.
taste out of your mouth.
We will. We'll
But
get that taste out soon enough.
listen, man. Before we keep on diving into the schedule, Big Dog. So yeah, Brashard Smith and Thomas Davis. Now,
the last two.
Right. So we also have Jason Marshall committing this Saturday, supposedly.
Well, he tweeted it, but then he deleted the tweet.
Well, I was wondering why I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
But I don't know. So supposedly it's supposed to be the first,
but then deleted it. Right. He tweeted out it was going to be the first, and then deleted the tweet. So what does that mean? Who knows?
I didn't know he. But what I'm loving is the energy on Twitter. Everybody's trying to get trending 3 and 56. 3 being Jason Marshall's number at Palmetto, 56 being Leonard Taylor's number at Palmetto. 3 and 56 to the U, man. You got James Williams.
Can I tell you something right now?
You got James Williams saying, hey, let's finish this class off strong. You got Brashard Smith. You got, Kitchen. I mean, you got everybody that's part of this 2021 recruiting class trying to get Jason Marshall and Leonard Taylor on board, man. So
I have something to say about that, though. But go ahead.
What was I at? Oh,
you ready for me?
Hold on, not yet. And if you guys haven't seen, we got quite a few crystal balls in this past week as well. This week, actually, only this week, we got some crystal balls in for Leonard Taylor. And
as of right now,
247
has it 76%
right
for UM.
And Mr. Wolfong, which is
Steve Wolfong is the director of recruiting, so he's the boss.
He's the big gun at 247.
At 247, he doesn't usually. His prediction rate this year is like 98%. His prediction rate traditionally is over 90. The reason why is he's not a beat writer, right? He's not a beat writer. So for Steve Wolfong to change his crystal ball or to place a crystal ball, it's because he really believes that he believes that the information is really valid, or that it's going to. Yes, it is. It is a sun kiss. It's going to be it's going to hold true, and he did.
But then again, everybody had James Williams going to Georgia. So
true.
I mean,
but I have something to say. Are you ready for it?
Well, before you say it, or you know what, go ahead and say it because maybe what I'm going to say is going to be in response to what you're going to say.
The last time you heard this was a few months ago, and I said Jalen Rivers was going to be a Miami Hurricane. You remember?
Yeah. Well, that was quite a
That was the last time I went out on a limb like that I said I believe he's in the book.
No, don't do it, big dog. Don't do it to me, man. No. Don't do it to me.
Okay.
All right. Give it to me, man. Give it to me, man.
Leonard Taylor's going to be a Hurricane.
Let's go, baby.
Leonard Taylor's going to be a Hurricane.
That's how you feel?
I'm not as confident about Jason Marshall.
Me neither.
But I'm not lacking confidence either. It's not.
I'm lacking a little bit of confidence.
No. I'm saying it could go either way. He might very well join us. Okay. But I have a really good feeling about Leonard Taylor. A really good feeling. And to me, that recruit is just as big, if not bigger, than James Williams. Because Taylor at D tackle is, well, you saw we were comparing Leonard Taylor and Mason Smith. Okay, gives you an idea. Those two guys are head and shoulders above almost any other D tackle you could possibly even think of. In terms of coming out of high school. Yeah. And I just feel really, really confident about Leonard Taylor.
And Endo, man, I know.
Endo's been calling it for a while.
Endo's been calling it for a long time.
Oh, thank you, Love T.
J Love T.
J Love T. Thank you for the
birthday
and thank you for the donation, J Love. Thank you.
23 years young now, big dog, huh?
Me, 23 years young.
Yeah.
I hit 23 a few times already. So,
hey, listen. Once we'll see, man.
Jay says he agrees, and he thinks and he thinks. What do you think about Jason Marshall and Corey Collier?
Me?
I'm thinking Jay. What he says.
I don't know, man. Oh, Mr. Roberts, I'm liking that energy. Mr. Roberts.
We'll get 4 out of the 5. Collier, we won't get. That's, you know what?
I think Collier is probably going to Florida, but
that's the way you know what? The way he says, I definitely feel 3 out of 5 for sure. Is the way I'm feeling.
Well, yeah, but you're locking in LT.
I'm locking in LT, yeah. But I do think we'll get Jason Marshall too. I think we'll have a shot at Jason Marshall. Now, let's see.
Man, y'all stop playing with me with Marshall.
No. Some people say that. I
wouldn't go that far.
I've heard people say that we don't have any shot at Marshall. I do think we still have a shot at Marshall. I don't feel anywhere near as confident in Marshall as I do on Leonard Taylor.
Right, but I wouldn't go out on a limb to say that we have no shot at Marshall.
No, I wouldn't either.
I think at this point, I don't think Corey's gonna go ahead and jump on board, especially if he's gonna be playing safety. Yeah. Oh yes, yeah. Collier could go to LSU. Marshall will be a Cane. Listen, man, I don't know. I think it's between the Canes and Bama, in my opinion, for Marshall. I don't know, man.
No, I don't think. Frankly, I don't think that's debatable anymore. It's between Miami and Bama.
Yeah, but even though 247, I think they still got Florida as the favorite to land Marshall.
Yeah, I don't buy Florida. I don't buy the Florida smoke at all. I do think Marshall will come
Florida's been hating lately, Big Dog. You're not on Twitter as much anymore.
You know me. I communicate with our guys on Twitter.
I'm liking this. I'm liking this. You guys are feeling good about Mark. I'm liking it, man.
They're feeling good. But like I said, the one I'm willing to put myself out there on is Leonard Taylor.
I'm scared, man. I'm scared of getting burned. We've been burned a lot many times before.
We have. But the one I'm willing to put myself out there for is Leonard Taylor. I feel confident.
And after I heard, shout out to, I think it was Footballville. That I think they did.
By the way, if you guys haven't checked him out, Footballville, please check him out. Awesome. He has an awesome YouTube channel. Ton of game footage on there. A lot of like prep games and stuff like that. And yeah, he puts out great content. So please check out his YouTube channel.
Keep positive spirit. No, 100%. Listen, I'm here for the good. That's what my Twitter handle, baby, is good vibes 305, baby. I'm right there. I'm always trying to keep those good vibes, but I'm just trying to be realistic as well. I really, really, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I want Leonard Taylor just as bad as everybody in this chat. This is just as bad as everybody watching. But I really want Marshall, man. Marshall is a stud, man. Marshall could be a shutdown corner.
If you want, you can. Let's say you can only have one.
No, I'm not. I want both.
You want to pick? I want both too. I mean, you're looking at that corner. Hey, let me ask you a question, and you know this. Going back to when we first started the show.
Glad to have you, Carl.
How much have I wanted Jason Marshall?
Yeah, Lakers all day, man. I know.
You remember when everybody had Corey Collier when he was still playing corner, even with Jason Marshall. What did I tell you?
Yeah,
it's not even.
I know it's not.
Jason Marshall is at a whole different level of corner. That's a shutdown type of corner.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd love to have Jason Marshall. Okay, but I'm not
DPG, man. Why you gotta be so negative, man? Come on, man. Listen, we have a shot. You gotta say we have a shot.
Yeah, James Williams is recruiting hard, Sammy.
No, but it's not
recruiting for a class. He's doing it hard.
But Big Dog, it's their teammate. It's Brashard Smith is on Twitter hashtagging 3 and 56 to the U. Like, let's go. Come on. So it's not just and that's his teammate. And they talk. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, the young men are going to make the decision, that they believe is best. You know what I'm saying? So you really want them to evaluate, because this is a decision that's going to impact their lives for many, many years to come. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
sometimes kids get, misguided, or they get pointed in the wrong direction because they got so many people in the ears. But it's all love because there were teammates at Palmetto, and then you got James Williams, and the fact that James Williams committed, that he was such a big domino, such a prominent athlete, one of the best talents in the country, and hey, rep your city, let's make the crib great, man. Let's bring the U back. Let's be a part of the change. Be a part of what's going to turn this program around. I think there's something to be said about that. You know what I'm saying? Of wanting to be like, hey, man, in 4 years or 3 and 4, well, technically in their case, when they come in 4 or 5 years, they want to leave the program, maybe with obviously with the natty, but bringing the U back. Because
being part of the brotherhood, being part of that brotherhood,
but putting the U back on the map where it belongs in the college football, space. Frankly, that's what it's about. So, but you got to want to be a part of that change, man. And part of it is keeping these kids home. Is keeping these kids home and getting some high character, leaders. Brashard Smith, man. We want to talk about leadership. That young man is a leader. And Thomas Davis, man, let me tell you something. He was supposed to commit, I think it was like the 24th of August. And he said, hold up. Hold up, man, because
hold my spot. Wait up.
You guys are filling up these spots too quick. I'm about to come in right now. So
and I like Thomas Davis. I do. I think he has I don't think his ceiling is as high as a lot of people think, though. I do think there's some limitations there in terms of he's not the ideal size for a DN.
Well,
again, neither was Dwight Freeney.
Yeah, but I don't think
you think ultimately he'll be an outside linebacker?
Yeah, I don't think we're bringing him in to be a defensive end.
Yeah, I mean,
but still, listen, hey, he's 6'1" or 6'1.5", whatever you want to say, man.
Yeah.
Like he's like
hey, in all seriousness, Dwight Freeney was 6'1".
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah, but you're talking about Dwight Freeney, though.
No, listen, and I'm not going to put that on that young man. Okay, to compare him to a guy like Dwight Freeney. But the thing is, I see a lot of he has some really good pass.
He has good moves. He has
a full toolkit in terms of pass rush moves, and he has a tremendous first step. I mean, there's some really good upside on Thomas Davis.
You think he's fast? You think he's fast enough to be? He runs a sub 4.8.
Yeah, he 4.7 and change. Could he play linebacker? You mean?
Yeah. You
think? Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I can see it, especially if he puts on the weight right and maybe gets it down to like a high 4.6. He could play linebacker at that.
I can see it.
Yeah.
What I do see from the young man is a high motor. Effort. When I look at his film, I see a lot of effort, man. And listen, I think it was like 11.5 sacks.
He did. 16. He was, if I'm not mistaken, he was the defensive player of the year
for the region.
For the region 7A.
Yeah, I think like 16 and change tackles for loss.
Yep.
So I mean, and like you said, big dog, he has a quick first step. So
a lot of moves.
He does have a
lot of very good moves.
He has at this stage of being in high school, man,
a lot of technique. He does.
Right.
Which tells you something. Tells you about his work ethic. Because you don't get that many techniques and that type of polish at the high school level unless you work your butt off at it.
Yeah.
So no, I'm very glad to have him. But Brashard, to me, man, I'm not. Listen, Romulo Brinson is a monster, is a stud.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Jacoby George is a stud.
Yeah.
But Brashard, man.
Brashard's ready to play today, big dog.
Demon speed, man.
No, but not just that, big dog. He's ready to play today. He's only 5'8", but he's 190.
Do they have him listed at 5'8" or 5'9"?
I guess he's 5'9".
Okay.
5'8.5", 5'9". But he's 190, man.
Yeah.
So
and he can pick him up and put him down. He's ready to roll.
And you talk about 4.4 speed, man. And the slot, great hands, heck of a route runner.
Yeah.
Hey, I love
And when he gets the ball in his hands, the fun is just beginning.
Oh, that's it, man. He's a home run waiting to happen when he gets that ball in his hands.
Yep, absolutely.
So that has me excited, man. 100%.
And they're saying that Thomas Davis is playing Mike right now in camp. Yeah.
Okay.
Is a big time. Endo's uncle's a booster for the high school.
5'10", awesome. Endo,
and they got him playing Mike. Brashard is 5'10".
I don't know if he's 5'10".
I'm thinking 5'9". But yeah, I mean it's an inch. But the point is it's $190 and well distributed.
Yeah, Mr.
Young
Roberts,
man is very well put together.
Troutman is a stud in his own right, and what I like about Troutman is that he plays mean.
To the echo of the whistle.
He plays mean, man. That's what you like to see, with the linebacker position.
Yeah. He plays with an edge.
Bergie with another donation, man.
Thank you, Bergie.
He says, isn't it nice to have real quality options? Listen to the context of the convo and think about the last time we had a convo like this. Options, man. Listen, building depth.
Bergie, this is to your point. We are now having conversations and suspicions and analysis of are we going to process out guys because of how crowded we are?
Yeah.
Where a guy like Corey Collier, we're not thinking, oh, well, I hope we get him. We're thinking, yeah, I don't think Corey's coming because of James Williams and Cameron Kitchen and Keandre Smith, already being there. And then Avante Williams is already there. And that's exactly where you want to be at. 100%. You want to be at a spot where you're in a position. That's true. George Roberts says a mean linebacker is a UM linebacker. Absolutely. You want to be you want to be in a position where that's where you are. That it's a matter of reloading. It's not a matter of rebuilding. It's not a matter of, oh man, we need a guy there. It's now we got 4 guys there. But now because you think about this, we got James Williams and Cameron Kitchens coming in the same class. Okay. Last year, you have Avante Williams, Jalen Harrell. You have Brian Balone. You have Keyshawn Washington. You have an overload of talented players, and that's where you want to be. That's where when Miami has been at our best, that's why we talk about Green Tree is the place where legends are made. When Miami has been at our best, that's exactly who we've been. We talked about it last week. Mm-hmm. When Reggie Wayne was talking in that reunion program that he got a twisted ankle and he didn't want to come off the field because he said if I came off the field and Andre Johnson got in the game, I wasn't going to see the field again.
Yeah,
that's where you want to be.
Yeah, I've been seeing.
Thank you, McLovin.
I'm seeing the chat here, and a lot of people are talking about Vandergriff. I just don't see it, man.
I've heard that.
I don't think there's any smoke to that fire.
Yeah, there's been some smoke there, and there's been some chatter to that. And I think a couple of guys on Rivals have been talking about
What's going on, Adam?
I'm not seeing that either.
I don't think, frankly, the way things are looking, I don't think we're taking a quarterback this cycle.
Oh no, we're taking a quarterback.
I don't think so.
I think we're taking a quarterback, and I can tell you, I still think that I know you guys are gonna say I'm crazy.
Garcia's not coming.
I still think it's Jake Garcia.
It's not coming.
Okay,
he's not coming.
I don't think he's gonna be a Trojan.
He's not.
I don't think he's.
I heard rumors. I heard rumors that he was gonna enroll early.
And all I can tell you is this: I've heard also that Manny has continued to be in touch with Jake Garcia.
That's cool.
Has
he decommitted yet?
No, but Manny, I think Manny texted him. 247 was reporting that I think Manny texted him a photo of him and James Williams throwing up to you in the indoor practice facility.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, listen, I still think Jake Garcia is going to be a QB. All right. And you know what? 90% of the reason you have on your side. Because at the end of the day, he is still committed to USC. And even though Miller Moss went there, he didn't decommit as of yet.
I don't think he's going to, man.
It could very well be. I don't see him being a Trojan.
I don't think we're taking a quarterback.
But you do want somebody had said it on here. Stunner Boy says he's 50.
I mean, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to try to keep on.
You need to take a QB. Somebody had said it on here, and it's true. You need to take a QB every cycle.
I agree with
that. That's a rule. That's a rule that
should
not be broken ever.
Okay, but if you're not,
you don't need to.
If you're not getting somebody of Garcia's caliber, I personally haven't seen anybody in the 2021 recruiting class that I'm kind of like, oh man, I would really like him. Besides Garcia, big dog, Vandergriff, I'm not paying much attention to. I don't think there's anything there. But besides Garcia, man, can you name me a quarterback?
I mean, there was. We talked about Milroe. We talked about Miller Moss. I mean, there's been good guys that we've talked about.
No, guys. I'm saying that we have a chance.
I got you. Guys that we're on the radar.
That we want. That would be like, Dan, right. I want that guy. Because I don't want to get a quarterback just to get a quarterback, big dog.
Somebody in the chat say Milroe. I have a lot of people disagreeing with me that they don't think we'll get Garcia. And you know what? Again, you guys are probably right. What I'm telling you is I don't see Jake Garcia being a Trojan. And if Jake Garcia decommits from USC, is anybody more likely than we are?
No, we're not. No.
Okay, then.
100%.
Okay. And here's what I'm telling you my reasoning is on Jake Garcia. Okay? Jake Garcia, we were the leaders. Let's remember how this all happened. Mm-hmm. We were the leaders for Jake Garcia. Him and Enos had a really good relationship, right? It was looking at as a battle between Miami and Nebraska. Because, right? Remember, that was the ties. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So his father had was Nebraska, so that was the ties. It was either Miami or Nebraska where his dad went. Okay. So then what ended up happening? Bryce Young decommits from USC to Alabama. Mm-hmm. And immediately Jake Garcia commits to USC. So he didn't commit to the Trojans. And according to many, the Trojans weren't in the battle until Bryce Young decommitted. Right? And he committed to USC like immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember when he committed, I called you up and I was like,
correct.
Damn, big dog.
Correct.
Yeah.
But he didn't. Nobody was even talking about USC in terms of recruiting him when Bryce Young was still going there.
Right.
So when their hotshot quarterback, listen to what I'm saying. Okay. When their hotshot quarterback changes commitment, flips to Alabama, Garcia committed to USC immediately. Mm. Okay, but now they got Miller Moss too. So
yeah,
the fact that he did not commit to USC until Young was gone, and now they got Moss. Why would he stay there? Now, to your point, to everybody's point on the chat, he hasn't decommitted yet.
Right.
Okay. But I don't think he's going to decommit. I think he's going to flip. And I mean flip. Commits to Miami. Now, you guys in the chat and you, okay, are 100%. You guys, there's nothing factual that I can tell you that makes my argument. So you guys have the facts on your side. I'm not disagreeing that. Okay. But what I just see is there was something about that when he committed to USC because everybody had him going to Miami or to Nebraska where his dad played. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then out of the clear blue, Bryce Young flips his commitment to Alabama from USC, and all of a sudden, boom, he commits to USC.
I know.
And remember, what was Jake Garcia saying before that? That he was going to wait until December after the season to commit.
Yeah.
and he committed to USC immediately when Bryce Young decommitted.
You did.
So that's my thinking is why was it? Now, Mr. AG, I agree with you. Jake is better than Miller Moss. Okay, and you guys know my feeling on Jake Garcia. I really, really like Jake Garcia. I think he's a
I like him too.
Next level quarterback.
I like him too.
And what I mean by next level is he's a guy that makes anticipation throws, that has an understanding of reading defenses. That's next level. That really.
But listen, but this is my thing, big dog. Like I think after this season, okay, we're gonna have Perry, TVD, Matocha, competing for a job. Like I don't think we're crazy thin at the quarterback position, unless you want to tell me that if Perry is not gonna. Let's just say there really is a true open competition, and for some reason, just for argument's sake, TVD wins the job. And Perry is not gonna transfer. I mean,
no,
Perry's had so many chances and possible reasons to transfer,
right?
And he bleeds orange and green. So Perry ain't gonna go anywhere. So and in Lashley's offense, you can make a case that considering that Perry is the best runner with out of TVD and Matocha, that maybe the offense will suit him the best and whatnot. But my point is that you're gonna have that battle.
Matocha is a much. People don't realize what a good athlete Matocha is.
Right, but I don't think he's as good of an athlete as Perry, big dog. But
I think Matocha as an athlete is a better athlete than Nkosi.
I don't think so,
dude. He high jumped 6'9", a guy that's never been a high jumper.
But whatever.
No, not whatever, dude. Do you know how?
No, I'm not saying whatever. I'm saying the argument could be made.
I know that. I'm just saying, somebody who's never done track,
right?
It goes out and high jumps 6'9" and wins the state title.
No, hey man, I know, I know.
That's saying something.
I'm just saying if we don't take a quarterback this cycle, assuming nobody transfers,
right.
I think we could take somebody in 2022.
I got you. No, we're not crazy thin. You're right. We're not crazy thin, but you do need one every single.
But year. I don't want to settle, big dog, for.
I'm not saying settle.
Okay, quarterback that you don't see. Okay, this is what I envision when you're trying to recruit a quarterback. Okay, that guy could be the starter for the Hurricanes, correct. And that guy could help us lead us to a natty. You see the tools at least. You see the potential at least.
Okay.
What I don't want is just taking a quarterback to just take a quarterback.
No. I agree with you there. We don't
just
take
because
you
need some more bodies in
correct.
the QB.
We don't take
that's what I don't want.
But you could find a Matocha, for example.
No, you could.
That was the only quarterback we took his year. Yeah. And we didn't have one, and we got lucky with Matocha with the whole thing with Hurricane Harvey and the way it all worked out.
Stone is nice.
Okay, but you need to get somebody that has potential.
Yeah.
Okay. I think if we don't get Garcia, I think, like you were saying, that's what we try to look for. We try to look for a guy who has a high ceiling that for whatever reason might not be that, that the one everybody wants, that type of guy.
Right.
And you can get a guy like that.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. So let's get to the schedule, man.
Yes.
How are you feeling, big dog? Your first. What was your
good.
first? All right, no, don't get cocky on me first. All right. Don't put up a front on me. What was your first impression when you saw the schedule?
The fact that we have to travel to Clemson, okay, didn't give me warm fuzzies.
Right.
But at the same time,
were you upset? Were you upset?
Be scared.
Were you upset that it was Clemson and not Notre Dame?
Yeah. I thought Notre Dame made more sense.
I thought it made more sense too.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, if you think about it, Notre Dame, if you look at all the teams in the ACC, The team that Notre Dame is the natural rival of is Miami. Catholics versus convicts, all that history with Notre Dame and Miami.
Yeah.
So that didn't make much sense to me.
The good thing is that, what I don't want, the Lakers all day. I hope so, man.
Yeah, listen.
What I don't want is Clemson early. I don't want Clemson early. That's the only thing.
Here's the thing, and maybe I have a different viewpoint or a different prism than you guys do, because especially the younger guys. To a lot of the younger guys, you guys have seen what Clemson has done recently and gone, wow, and listen, you have to hand it to them. They've done an amazing job the last few years. Okay, but where Clemson is, not only have we been that, we've been above that. We've been where we really were the favorite to win the national championship for an entire decade, almost every single year. Okay. So I don't see Clemson as being this big back, scary, gorilla that everybody else sees. Okay. Yes, they have a very good program right now. Yes, they have Trevor Lawrence. Yes, they have a lot of good players.
Pretty good, man.
No, they do. And I'm not taking anything away from them. Hats off to what they've built. Okay. But good. This concept, okay, when Miami was an independent, okay, this is before we joined the Big East. When Miami was an independent, we would try to schedule the toughest schedule we could every single year.
Right.
Okay. And in fact, we didn't have a tougher schedule because the Gators were scared to play us. Oklahoma was scared to play us. Nebraska was scared to play us. Notre Dame was scared to play us.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this concept of like, well, yeah, of course, if you're looking at having the best record, would you rather, not play Clemson until the ACC championship game? Yeah, of course.
No, my point in saying that I don't want to play them early is because I want to give this team this new offense some time.
Playing them early would be rough.
De'Aaron King, has been out of football for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I want to give this team some time to gel. I want to give this this defense, some time to gel. The linebackers some experience. I want some experience before we play them. Like, I don't want to play them game 2 or game 3. I'd rather play them a little more down the road, man. But at the end of the day, listen, you gotta line it up no matter what. And in order to be the best, you gotta beat the best. And whoever is in your way is just an obstacle. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being realistic. It's not reasonable to think that we're gonna be on Clemson's level. You game 5. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just not, But if we do play them early, or if we play them like halfway through the season, and I just want to be competitive, man. I just want to be competitive, man. Listen, you go out there, you line it up, you play your heart out, and if you take care of business everywhere else you need to take care of business, then listen, you'll see them again. You know what I'm saying? And if they beat you, it's a chip on your shoulder. And I think it'll go a long way. I'm not saying that we're going to win. I'm not saying that we're going to lose. I'm just saying that if it's a close game and we end up losing, you get what me and and obviously the season turned out to be much different. But the fact that if we would have made some kicks, we would have beat the Gators. You know what I'm saying? I thought at the time that was going to give our team motivation. Like, yo, we gave up 10 sacks. All right. The Jeff Thomas
penalties,
all those penalties, we gave up that big play, missed field goals, and we still had a chance at the end of the game to beat Florida. So I thought that was going to help propel the team forward. You know what I'm saying? To give them confidence. Right. So I think that's the same case when it comes to playing Clemson in Death Valley. I think if you play a close game and you're within a touchdown or two, or just be competitive. Don't get waxed the way you did against Clemson in the AC championship a few years ago. Don't get waxed the way Wisconsin did to us, twice. I'm not even going to bring up last year, but I'm just saying you getting waxed bad by a Clemson team could be like, you know, a little bit of a morale hit, a little bit of a confidence hit. But if you're competitive and you kind of keep it close, you know what, man? And you play them in the middle of the season or whatever it is, and you take care of business everywhere else. When it does come to that ACC championship game, assuming that it's going to be Clemson, assuming that it's going to be Miami, then you know, okay, you guys beat us once, but we're a different team now, and you know, who knows what could happen. So I just want to keep it close, man. But the fact that we're going into their house, obviously we're going to be the underdogs. I love being the underdog. I've always loved being the underdog. I feel like, in a sense, you got nothing to lose. Just lace them up. Let's run it. You know, so I think.
By the way, I am really, really proud. A Gallo Negro with a donation. Thank you, Gallo Negro. He said, "What's up, fellas? You all ready for some energy? You always bring it, a Gallo Negro."
You always bring.
By the way,
he said he wants to call in. He got some questions for us and whatnot.
Okay,
we'll open up the lines in a few.
I am so proud. And George, I saw your comment about Fernando Mendoza, and he's a 2022 kid, and he does seem to be a tremendous prospect for the future. The one thing I will say is I am so proud of our chat. Seriously, I am so proud of our chat, of our guys, of our Junior and Big Dog family, because they are all like, we ain't scared. You know, we'll slice them up against anybody.
But we're Canes, baby.
Exactly. That's what I love seeing. That's Canes right there. That is Canes right there.
You guys know what time it is.
Okay. You know? And that's true. I can tell you right now, Clemson does not have a single guy that can handle any of our defensive ends. They do not have a single tackle that can handle any of our defensive ends. Yeah. Tell me I'm wrong.
Isn't Ross out for the year as well?
Well, no, but they lost. They basically lost 4 guys out of their offensive line.
No, I know the offensive line, but I think they lost Ross for the year as well. So and he's a big play threat.
Okay, I don't see. But you know what? And it's the truth.
They got Sunshine though.
And Richard Hill was saying they do got Sunshine, and Sunshine's one hell of a quarterback. We got De'Aaron King.
Hell of a quarterback.
Let's play football. We got a hell of a quarterback too.
I got you.
Okay, so right now is Mr. King not a odds-on favorite to get invited to New York and be a Heisman finalist?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, then. So even though they got Sunshine, you know, we got some Sunshine too.
We do.
Obviously a different type of quarterback.
Right.
Okay, but you know, this idea, and I love it. I love seeing this idea.
What's up, Chuck?
Because you know, in 2021 we start off with Alabama. Okay.
Thank you, Kareem.
When Miami was independent, okay, we had an easy pass. We could have had an easy path. We didn't do that. We tried to schedule the hardest schedule we could find every single year. Oh, thank you, D. Burnett says, Feliz cumpleaños. There you go, Tabardine. I knew I could count on you for some optimism. Thank you, Kareem, also. I'm not scared of nobody, man. I'm not. And this idea of like Clemson is like the big bad wolf. Man, I remember a time when we were the big bad wolf and Clemson was.
It's been a long time.
That's fine. Okay, but you know what also I remember?
Big Dog, you got to put some respect on Clemson, though, man.
Did I say I don't respect what they have done?
But I mean, they are kind of a big bad wolf, man. I mean, listen.
That's fine.
They are the team to beat. Like, just plain and simple.
That's fine. And
the last time we faced them, what happened?
I do not remember. I choose not to remember.
Right.
How's that?
So I'm just saying, man, like, you know,
okay, but
I'm not scared.
But the last time we played them, hold on. But the last time we played them, we also had some issues at the most important position.
Yeah.
Okay, that game goes a whole lot differently if we don't have those issues.
Maybe not. Who knows?
Dude, You remember we were watching that game.
I caught the football.
Exactly. Exactly. Jeff Thomas was wide open.
I caught it.
And I don't think I've ever seen a pass missed by that much in my life.
Yeah. I know, man. Hey, listen, I'm feeling the energy, man. Saying it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Look at all our
energy,
chat.
Man.
Listen, look at that. All our chat.
I know it's this. Listen.
We played a really tough schedule. We were independent.
I'm feeling it.
I ain't never scared. Cabernet says, anybody, anytime, anywhere. Richard Hill. Respect everyone, but fear nobody. Nate, 561.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I'm not scared of Clemson.
I'm not saying. I'm big dog. Right. I have not said that I'm scared of Clemson.
I'm not saying. I know you're not. It's not that you are. Now, is that the playing them on the road? Is that like the best possible option? No. Okay, that's fine. But you know what? Why not? Let's do it.
But to be honest with you, you want me to be honest with you?
Yeah.
I almost rather play Clemson in Death Valley than I do playing them in Miami. To a certain extent.
Why?
Because just imagine
beating them in Death Valley would be an even bigger mark. Would be an even bigger statement than beating them down here at the Rock. I agree. Go ahead and say what Mr. Roberts said.
You said guard your grill and knuckle up, baby.
That's
how we feel about facing Clemson. Yeah, no, 100%.
That's a hurricane right there, sir.
Yeah.
That's a hurricane right there.
Well, that is true. There's probably not going to be any fans in the stands.
There isn't. I mean, at the most half full.
So they're gonna use that as an excuse, right? They're gonna be like, "All right, it wasn't really home field event."
I don't care. I don't care what they say after the game. I care about what happens during the game. That's fine.
Hey, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to play them. You know what I'm saying? Because you always want to play the best to see where you're at. You know what I'm saying? To measure.
And let's face it. The truth is that Clemson a lot of times goes on in the field, and it's a mismatch. Okay, talent wise, our front line can line up with them any day of the week and twice on Saturday. Okay, Now they had us in depth, and our depth is starting to come up now.
Yeah.
Okay, lace them up. Let's go.
I'm with you, man.
Lace them up. Let's do it. So
hey, we got almost 180 people in the chat, man. Listen, if you guys please, man, can hit that like button. If you guys are new here, subscribe.
Yes, please.
Hit that notification bell so you get notified anytime me and the big dog do upload a video, man. But the best you can do, man, is just like this. Share it to your buddies, to your family, whoever it is, man, and go ahead and tell them to jump on in here with doing the big dog and chop it up. I'm gonna open up the line soon, man.
It's been a minute since we hit that numbers like that. 180 watching right now.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
there's a lot going. D Emmanuel with D Bomb.
Wow, thank you, D.
D Bomb. With the big $50 donation. Says my you brothers, keep it up. Go you, man. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
D, this was for you right there.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's man. Right.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank
you so much. You guys are amazing, man.
I love this. Guys, you guys have no idea how good it makes me feel. Because that's what I expect from our chat right there.
What, money?
No. No. I mean, in terms of like lace them up. Let's go.
But that's hey, man, look, that's in our DNA, man. Like, hey, that's just how we are.
Exactly.
If you're a Kane, then you know what it is, man.
Here you go. You want me to do my bad imitation?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back.
Please do so.
I'm gonna go back in the day. Alonzo Highsmith looking at Brian Bosworth.
I ain't scared of you.
What he said.
Yep.
We
don't curse on here, but
I ain't scared.
I ain't scared of you, Trick.
Okay, that's what Miami was about.
Yeah.
Okay, and people like, for example, the famous camouflage thing of coming off the plane all dressed in camel.
Yeah.
Okay, people don't understand, and at 5, we ended up losing the game. I get it. Okay, but the point was, we come to play football, and we ain't scared of no one. And that's what the Hurricanes were always about. We used to love beating Oklahoma and Norman. Okay? Or going up to Tallahassee and beating FSU when FSU was FSU.
Yeah.
Okay? Or going into Gainesville and beating the Gators. Or going into, I'll just keep going with the teams that we had series with. Going into South Bend and whooping up on Notre Dame.
Yeah.
There was a time, our program, we loved road games more than we did home games even.
Oh, yeah.
Because our guys love that.
There's just
our
something
guys,
different
there's something about
beating you in your house.
Exactly. And about silencing. All of a sudden, you can hear a pin drop. All those fans that were yelling, all those fans that were screaming, that were yelling things at the players, all of a sudden, you can hear a pin drop. Yeah. I love that.
But you know what gets me excited about the game as well, Big Dog, is that it feels like in the NBA, for example, when you play like a rival or you play like a big game during the season and you get that quote unquote playoff atmosphere. Like I feel like playing Clemson, we know you're on the top of that hill. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I'm excited to play them during this season because I mean there's just I don't know, man. They're the best right now. They're the best in the conference. You know what I'm saying? They're one of the best in college football, period. So if the Canes pull off a win, my friends, hey,
we're here. We're back.
Let me tell you something, man. So I'm just super excited, man. Like I said, I love being an underdog, and I just feel like there's some things that are different this year compared to we have a quarterback, man. We're going to be running an offense that these kids should have been running, for years already here at the University of Miami. When it comes to defense, listen, pass rushers, defensively, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right.
There's places. Hold on. There are units that I can point to right now, that we're much better than Clemson at. Defensive end, for one.
Yeah, but defensive end, I feel like we're there with anybody.
We're not there with anybody. We are the number one team in the country.
Well, yeah.
Okay, our defense, our pass rushers, our outside pass rushers are the best in the country.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have man. I'll tell you right now. Now we have to put it together and do it on the field and show it on the field. I get that. So
but
it's
I
not
think
like
we will.
No, I do. I think we will too. But it's not. I understand people saying, "Well, show us that you're back," and that's right, because what matters is what you do on the field. Right. So I get that. So I'm not. What is it? I'm not selling. I'm not writing a check that we haven't cashed yet. I get that. But at the same time, the pieces are starting to be in place for us to cash that check. And I don't think that's debatable. Okay? Because as much as I criticize Manny when I thought he deserved it last season, what he has done with recruiting, what he has done with the transfer portal, what he has done with the shift of switching that culture to turn it around, bringing in Ed Reed as chief of staff, that's been home run after home run after home run.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to give him and the rest of the staff credit.
Yeah, no, Richard, all of our linebackers can run indeed, but that's why I was trying to say, McLeod is going to be playing that position he probably should have been playing already for quite some time, and we got some speed, at the linebacker position,
we do.
Yeah, and listen, we're our secondary looks good, man. Our defense, just in general, our defense, as long as we don't. What I don't want to see is, some play calls were a little iffy, and some schemes at times were a little like, why are you doing that, man? But hopefully we don't see that as much, at least. But defensively, man, I think I truly believe this, and I believe defensively we could go toe to toe with anybody in the country. That's just my opinion. Now, granted, we're not there experience wise at linebacker. We're not quite there depth wise yet at cornerback, which is another reason why I want Jason Marshall so bad. But when it comes to to our safeties, when it comes to the striker position, man, I think obviously our defensive ends, our tackles, man. Nesta, this is your year. This is your year to show up, man.
Look, Richard Hill and 904 Hurricane, they were having a conversation talking about Jafari Harvey. Okay,
no, that's another one, man.
That's our number 4 defensive end.
Right.
That's our 4th best defensive end going into the season.
Yeah.
Think about that, man.
I think so too, Richard. I think so too.
That's a young man that that what he is now is a redshirt freshman, as a player entering his 2nd season in college, would be a starter at 90% of the places in the country.
Yeah.
Jafari Harvey is a freak.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and he's our number 4 defensive end.
I understand what people are saying about Etienne. I get it.
But what about Etienne?
Their offense goes as Travis Etienne goes. We contain him. We win.
There you go. There you go.
You saw.
I'm feeling.
You saw what we did to Cam Akers.
Good about that.
I'm not saying Cam Akers is Etienne, but
Akers is a real deal. But he didn't have the blocking in college that Etienne has had, though.
Yeah, no, he did.
That's for sure.
What's going on, Dante? All right, man. I'm gonna start opening up the
phone lines.
The phone lines.
What do you say, Dante?
A guy Negro wants to go ahead and get in here, man. And after we get a guy Negro, I would like to see some different callers, man.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Oh, first of all, I gotta open up my Google Voice thingamajig. I always forget to do this, man. Slacking. I actually got home literally 5 minutes before we jumped on here.
That 904. Put up 904's comment right there.
Give me 1 second. Wait, 904.
That's 100% correct.
You could read it, Big Dog. What
he said if we wouldn't have gotten Roche and Phillips through the transfer portal, we wouldn't be able to keep Jafari Harvey's name out of our mouth. 100% true.
That's a great, yeah.
100% true.
Yep.
I actually wanted to see Jafari get a little bit more playing time last year than he got, but that's fine though. The young man, giving the young man a year to get acclimated, but I expect to see him now. That's the problem is you got Greg Rousseau, you got Jalen Phillips, and you got Quincy Roche. He's going to have limited snaps, but when he gets on the field, I expect him to have an impact from the very beginning. So I am excited about Jafari Harvey. And I think his upside is huge.
I'm with you, man.
So go ahead, buddy. Did you open it up, Junior?
The twins are good. The twins are good, man. Thank you so much for asking, man. They're getting big. They're teething. They're not sleeping much. So I'm getting only
If I had to pick, Richard says Nasty Nesta has to, let's go. If I had to pick a key for us this year, that would be if you out of the entire roster, that might be my number 1 pick. Is that Nesta? We need him to really have a big year at D tackle.
We do,
because the other stuff we have is already in place, and I'm not concerned about that. But Nesta has to have a dominant season at D tackle, and he has the ability to.
Yeah, he does for sure.
So we just need to see it, and we need to make sure his stamina level, which has improved, is even better, so he can stay on the field and give us 70% of the snaps at D tackle, and we need that's a key. That's a big key. Now Nesta has to have a good season with us, and I'm excited. I think he will.
Yeah.
I think he will. Jordan Miller, absolutely, Endo. I'm dying to see Jordan Miller. And for people, I know for people that weren't paying attention, they thought he came out of nowhere. He was always well thought of. I know he wasn't necessarily highly ranked in terms of when he came in as a recruit, but the way that young man has remade his body and then compare that, or add to that he plays with edge, man. Jordan Miller play, and I know he's a great kid, but he has some nastiness to him when he's on the field. And every snap that Jordan Miller's on the field, you notice him. You notice him, and he jumps out at the screen for you. So I'm really excited. But I also think Nesta has to really, really be there for us this season.
Hey, we got a guy on negative on. What's going on, brother?
How y'all doing this evening, man? Relaxing, feeling good?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, big dog?
What do you say, Gaio? Good to hear from you always.
We've released the schedule, and seems like we're gonna get some football going on. How y'all feel about that?
I'm hopeful, but the thing is, I know we've talked about it before. Let's see, man. Let's see what happens, because unless they really get a bubble, you saw what happened with the Marlins this week. Especially when you're talking about college kids, if you start seeing a bunch of teams here and there that have to cancel games because of COVID, I wonder how long it'll be before somebody pulls the plug.
Well, I was going to get into a few things, but since they released the schedule, I'll tap on that real quick.
Okay.
And I've been listening to you guys. I'm glad we have Clemson instead of Notre Dame. And, I could go through all the bullet points of, you got to play the best to beat the best.
Absolutely.
But for me, it's really about, I'm ready to see if Manny Diaz is a head coach. I think this is the year. Like I said last week, the season's on a silver platter for him, but I kind of retract that a little. I kind of got to retract that a little bit because of the situation that he's going to be put in.
Right.
And I'm going to bounce on a few things, and hopefully I can tie it up by the end of the conversation.
Okay.
The history of Miami is a small-time private school. I'm sure we know that. When we say private school, don't get it twisted. It's not like a SMU or a TCU. They're backed by big donors and big money. Okay? So Miami has always been built off the talent of the students that arrive there. And it's unlike any other program. And I think that's why it's one of the most loved and hated programs, because its fan base, majority of us, we've never attended the school. You know what I mean?
Cool.
So that's not really congruent with a college football fan base.
Right.
So with that being said, I hope Miami fans get behind Manny, because I truly believe we're in line for a remarkable season, barring injury. To go along with that, I'll be surfing the boards now and everything. And Cane fans, please accept some humble pie that if we do have that remarkable season, our offensive coordinator is going to be gone.
Chances are. I'm hoping we keep him 2 seasons, 3 at most. At most.
Yeah, and this is what I'm trying to tie in with Manny being a good coach. The one thing that I wanted Miami to always have was a coach like Bobby Bowden that stayed and sustained greatness. But I had to come to an understanding as I got older, Miami's not that type of school. Miami's the type of school that develops elite talent, and then that talent leaves and goes somewhere else, whether that's the head coach or the players that play. And we have to come to an understanding that that's the kind of school that we have. Now, we put it in the faith of the regents and the president and, all those big wigs to keep an athletic director and someone in place that can talk to the children that turn into young men, that turn into collegiate players that will want to come to Miami, not just because they're helping out their community, but because elite talent builds on elite talent. And if the coach can get them to see that with his motivation and his teaching ability, then I think we'll be okay.
Now I will say one thing though. I do think that if Manny wins big at Miami, I don't think Manny's going anywhere. I think Manny will be.
I don't think he's going anywhere. I think that Manny is under. I think Manny understands that. I think you gotta. This is why I want the fans to accept Manny. Manny done been to the green grass on the other side of the fence, and he got taken to the woodshed in Texas.
Yep, he did.
But he got to Texas on merit. Texas don't hire people just because they got a big name. They play players that have a big name, a la Chris Sims over Major Applewhite.
Right.
9 times out of 10, they look for great coaches that teach well.
Right.
Now
I do want to, because there's something I think I'm pretty sure you know this, but maybe some people in our chat don't. The situation with Manny at Texas, it was a really dysfunctional situation. So I don't lay that. I've never laid that at Manny's feet because Texas had a weird co-defensive coordinators, and that never works out. And I think Manny was scapegoated at Texas because it was completely screwed up the way that they had it structured.
And I think you're proving my point that, Manny has seen that now.
Correct.
So who's to say if he goes to another big-time university that they won't try to pull that on him?
There you go.
So, I think Coach Diaz, his biggest issue is going to be replacing the talent on the staff. Because these guys eventually are going to leave.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, you got to give him a little credit. Rob Likens over Lamar Thomas. I love Lamar Thomas as a UN player, but I'm hearing good things about Rob Likens.
I am too.
You got to give him the street credentials that he's put a number one pick in the first round pick in the draft each of the last 2 or 3 seasons, something like that. So he got some street cred with that.
Yeah, he does.
So I like that Manny did that. Also, Garen Justice. The first thing Garen Justice did, he went and attacked the number 1 offensive lineman in the country, even though we wasn't going to get him.
That's fine. Yeah.
Spirit. You got to like that.
Yep.
And then the cherry on top, Rhett Lashley. I'm sick of us as fans saying, oh, well, we got King and we got Lashley, but I don't know. It might be like last year. I put on the board that I be following. Why we can't be the LSU 2.0?
Right.
He's installed a new offense that's simplistic. He's got talent all over the field. I mean, I'm not down in South Florida, but from what I hear on podcasts and what I follow, on the message boards and the composite 247 about these kids, they some players. Matter of fact, he added a right tackle who might play left tackle. He added a dynamic quarterback. He's got people on his staff who aren't just, unfortunately, it's not throwing shade on Randy Shannon, but they didn't give Shannon enough money to stock his, staff with elite coaching.
Right.
And I feel like is injustice had, the credentials that they have. So if Manny's doing this thing, I think the fan base should get behind it. And that's what I wanted to say about that. As far as I wanted to talk to this about Junior, because I know, Big Dog, you don't really follow the message boards too much.
Right.
And y'all, UF is on something else. I mean, I heard a rumor that they started a fake Sean Taylor, rest in peace, Twitter account.
Really?
Making fun of, the recent commits that we got. I don't know if that's true.
No, what I did see is somebody made a fake DM conversation where supposedly Pop Cooney said that the Palmetto kids weren't coming and that they're not all that anyways. Like he made it up, like
it was Pop Cooney.
Coach Cooney was saying, "Oh, those kids ain't nothing anyways. They ain't coming. They ain't much anyways."
But
like they're going to that extreme of trying
Oh
to.
my God!
It's crazy, man.
And by the way, that excludes.
The players responded to that. The players responded to that.
Yeah.
I don't know where Florida is right now.
No,
with their fan base.
I know.
And that's kind of why I want to hit on with Hey, let's not get like them. Let's critique our team. Let's get behind our team, but let's not get like them.
Right. No, but
I say, Junior.
That so like it's been everywhere. I don't engage with these cats that I see because I'm not a big fan of things escalating, and I'm not into that whole
right.
Because
the
then
whole Twitter beef stuff.
Then they're like, oh, if you want that smoke, and I'm like, listen, man, I'm not about that internet tough guy stuff. But I did see somebody was like, oh, those kids at Palmetto ain't all that anyways, and you had a lot of kids like I think even Leonard Taylor was like, who is this guy? Like you had a lot of these kids, right? Like responding to that dude. Because I think Marsh even went at him because they went back. The internet is forever, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so what you say, unless it's deleted or whatnot, and you might not forget about it. But when Brashard Smith committed to Florida, this same dude was like, "Let's go, Palmetto!" Like being all excited about Smith.
and now he was downplaying Smith.
And now he was like, "Oh man, those kids at Palmetto ain't all that." So then I think Marsh or somebody brought back that tweet like, "What's up with this though? Like keep that same energy." And then he started blocking people left and right. I mean, they have gone to such petty levels.
When we talk about Florida fans, we exclude Captain Trips and George and
100%.
We're not talking about all Florida fans because obviously, but we are talking about a chunk of them. Right.
Oh no, we're not. It's just something that I saw, and I just wanted to mention. Bring it up to fans. Hey, let's critique these guys, but let's critique them with respect, and they are our team. So let's root for them as respectfully and judge them as unbiasedly as we can. That's all I was going there with that.
That's a great point.
On an off note, real quick, hey man, let's not show rivals any love because their ranking system. I mean, what the?
It's a joke. It's Gallo Negro.
Give them any more oxygen.
It's become. I know it's become a meme almost with our chat that they know I go off on the rating system like almost every show, and so how I feel about it. So
it's beyond sad, but I do follow the mothership a little bit. ESPN and their rankings, and they're kind of off the charts too because they got Taylor up there, but then they got Williams 33, and he's the number one ranked player in Florida. I don't know how he's not a 5-star, but it's just
a lot of things don't add up.
I will tell you right.
We're just gonna keep our respect for what's going on and get behind our team because in 2020, I feel like we need to be as strong as we can for the kids that's on the field, and let's just keep it pushing from there.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you, I am a member of all the recruiting sites, but really more for the podcast in terms of just gleaning as much information as I can. But in terms of me I put in stock.
Absolutely.
I only put in stock of the tape that I see. Okay, but I do follow. I have Rivals 247, ESPN, and Max Preps, and all that stuff. But what I care about is Huddle. When I see a player, I go to look at the tape. And that's what I judge on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like the eyes don't lie.
Yep, absolutely. The eye in the sky never lies.
I wanted to hear you guys' opinion on a little recruiting real quick. Let me preface this by saying, and this is going to be a question for you guys that I hope you can answer later on, but I think there's a good argument to be made of, do you want a school that's built on talent, a powerhouse, or do you want a powerhouse that's built on coaching? And what I mean is, going back to what I said earlier, Miami is a feeder school. Jimmy Johnson went to the pros. Dennis Erickson went to the pros.
Right.
Elite
went to the pros.
players are in the. Excuse me.
Butch Davis
went to the pros.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, Miami has put more elite players in the NFL than any other school, you know, hands down.
Yep.
So, that I feel Miami is a powerhouse that's built on pure talent, but to be elite, they had great coaching also. I feel Nick Saban has built a powerhouse on great coaching, and he's cherry-picked half the state of Florida to build his roster, and then he uses the powerhouse program of putting kids into the NFL in the first round. And with that power, he can go to Texas like he did last week, and he got the Brockmeyer twins.
Right.
Then he went to Georgia, and he got the number 2 guard rated in the country. This as far as 247 goes.
Right.
Then he goes up to Michigan and gets the number 1 D tackle rated by, I think it was either Rivals or ESPN, whoever. But, you know, long story short, this is what he does. He takes 50% of Florida kids that he isolates and targets, like Ja'Cory Brooks and the other wide receiver. I'm forgetting his name at the moment. But he takes those 2 kids from Florida. He gets Marcus Tate from St. Thomas, or J.C. Latham, excuse me.
Right.
I mean, he has a superior O-line class.
Yeah.
You know, and he's doing that by great coaching. I'm sure he's telling these linemen, hey, you sit, you know, your red shirt, you get behind this guy for 2 or 3 years, boom, 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 you're in the NFL, you're a first-round pick. And he has the street cred to say that. He has the credentials and the backing to say that because of it's a proven record.
Right.
Now, to get to those type of teams and that type of talent on a consistent basis, Miami does have a built-in edge, but I feel their coaching has been substandard over the last 15, 20 years. So my question to you, gentlemen,
go ahead.
Would you rather have a built-in system like a Nick Saban, like a Dabo Swinney, but, you know, there ain't no elite players coming out of Clemson, South Carolina.
Right.
He's cherry-picking.
Right.
Ohio State, they have a built-in network with Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania, but they come cherry-pick kids too.
Yeah.
You know, they get kids out of Texas. So my question is, do you want a team like that, or do you feel like a team that's built on talent? Couldn't we survive with substandard, or I shouldn't say substandard, with coaching that isn't on the level financially as an SEC team? And that's what I should say.
Okay.
We can't pay for Kirby Smart. We can't pay for Brent Venables. We can't pay for coaches like that, apparently. You know, apparently.
Now, I will say this. I think as of right now, we have more monetary backing than we've ever had in the program. That they're willing to spend money on the football team.
Okay. So my beautiful other half is saying I'm hogging the line, so I'm going to get off here for you guys.
You're good, man.
But,
yeah. No, you brought up some good points.
My 2 questions was, and I brought this up to Junior, so I hope you guys got some info on this. Is building a wall around UM, in other words, the state of Miami, is that thought in 2020 irrational? What I'm saying is, why not let a kid like Ja'Cory Brooks, who's a 5-star kid, go to Alabama and, you know, hopefully, say a Jason Marshall commits to Miami? That's a matchup that I like to see.
No, right.
I feel like our team won't get better if a few of the kids from Miami leave. That's how I feel about that one. So I think at this point in time, saying the state of Miami is a little bit irrational. My third question.
Okay.
If you guys could have a built-in rival who you could put on the season from this game going forward, and say for the next 100 years they are our rival, who would it be?
Anybody? Anybody?
Yeah. Well, no. Anybody in the ACC Coastal. Let's just say that, or anybody in the ACC.
Okay.
Mine. Well, I went with Pennsylvania.
Excluding
I went with University of Pitt.
Okay.
Are you excluding Florida State from the question, or FSU counts?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. FSU is already our built-in rival.
Gotcha.
Somebody else.
Yeah.
I got
somebody besides Florida State.
I got you.
All right. I don't feel like Notre Dame is really our rival. I don't want Clemson to be our rival. I just want them to be the team who they're like a Penn State to me back in the 80s or the early 90s. They're like a Ohio State in the 80s or early 90s. They're a Michigan. They're a Michigan State. They're Oklahoma, Nebraska. These big-time teams that we did measure against, but we have to schedule so many teams like that to get any respect. I mean, if you go back and you watch some of these older games, like your father say, you know, you'll hear the broadcasters were winning 28-10, and they'll say next week on ABC, UM plays Penn State. And I'm like, dang, we just played Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Penn State.
That's the way it was.
Then we played Florida State. I mean, you know, their schedule was unbelievable.
Yep.
So my built-in rival would be Pitt. I think that they have great tradition. I think their fan base goes a long way because they play in an NFL stadium, and they're kind of similar to us. I think they have great recruits coming out of Pennsylvania and Ohio. So that would be a team I would like to see as a rival. Okay. I love you boys. I'm looking at you on the 65-inch right now.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Junior, trim your beard, sir.
Man.
Hey, no, and one more thing before I get out of here. I know we had the Black Lives Matter thing that happened, you know, on Memorial Day. Mr. George Floyd came to an untimely death. I know we haven't been hearing much, and me and my significant other have been talking. And she was like, do you think things are going to die down? Like, or you think it's going to die off and we're not going to get any change? I just want to say this. I heard last week the University of Texas is changing the name of their stadium from what's his name? RK Royal or
Darryl Royal.
They're changing it to Oral Campbell, Ricky Williams.
Oh wow, that's something else.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah,
change everywhere.
Absolutely.
I love y'all.
Hey, love you too, man.
Y'all.
Oh, I clicked on them. You have a good night, Guy. So, all right. Yeah. So let's run through those questions, big dog.
All right. Let's start off. Which one you want to take first?
The coaching one. For me, I think that for me it's coaching. I want stable coaches that are going to be here a long time because I feel like talent is never going to be an issue. I mean, because we've had the talent. I keep on saying it, and I feel like I say it almost every single live. We have the most talent in the ACC Coastal, and we have the most talent, you know, maybe besides Clemson. You know, obviously Florida State could hang with us, you know, not right now, but, you know, talent-wise, we're up there with, you know, our blue chip ratio is good enough to do a lot better than we've been doing, but I feel like we haven't been doing it because of our coaching.
Correct.
So if I had to pick, give me stable, really, really good coaches, because I think that with the talent we're going to be bringing in, that's going to lead to winning natties, man. That's going to lead to winning natties. You know, you can't keep on having a revolving door when it comes to your coaches. And I understand we're going to lose, you know, you'll lose an offensive coordinator. You know, you might lose a defensive coordinator, this and that. But to have a head coach that is going to be around for years, like if we could have Manny for years, because I don't know if Manny's interested into going to, you know, to the NFL. You know,
no. I don't think. I think Manny has his dream job.
That right. He's always said this is
Manny wants. Manny wants to be at Miami,
right?
Where Bobby Bowden was at FSU.
Correct. So
he's there until he retires.
So I think you know, mind you,
and I believe that.
We'll see if Manny, you know, obviously we'll see if it proves to be a good coach or whatnot, and if he could stay for 30 something years, and then we win national championships. We're never gonna be, you know, we will continue to get, you know, let's say Red Lashley leaves, but he leaves after winning a natty or whatever, and he gets, you know, a job in the NFL. Don't worry, whoever is the hottest OC that is going to run a similar offense to what Red Lashley did, we'll get him. Don't worry about it. You know, so I don't think there will be a shortage there, but you need to have your head honcho. Your head honcho needs to be stable. He needs to be good. He needs to win. And, you know, in order for you to you know, to just keep your program at a high level where you're going to continue. And I just think it's a snowball effect, man. Like, look at what we're seeing now with these recruits. Yeah, we're getting, you know, obviously really good recruits. You know, we got a shot at Taylor, we got a shot at Marshall, we got James Williams. We're the 10th ranked class right now, coming off a 6th and 7th season. Yeah. Just imagine if you keep winning. Right. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be getting those Alabama classes, and we're going to be getting those Clemson classes, and we're going to be, you know, we're going to be reloading and reloading and not rebuilding. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me is a stable head coach, man, that's going to be here for the long haul. And that's what I would want, big dog.
Now I'm gonna tie this question. I'm gonna tie actually two of them together. Okay. In terms of when the guy Negro was talking about the state of Miami and it being somewhat irrational, that's always been the case. There is so much talent in South Florida, in that state of Miami, from I-4 down. Oh, thank you, Canes. You.
We'll address that now. Finish your point, big dog.
Okay.
Thank you, Canes. You. We'll address your
right.
question.
There's always been such a surplus of talent in Florida.
You can never keep all of it.
Correct. There was, you saw, it was a couple of years ago, it was 2018. And that's always the case, though. It's always around that. But in 2018, it hit like a significant number. It was out of ESPN's top 300, 60 were from Florida.
Right.
Okay. That means just 60. We had more than California and Georgia put together, who were California, Georgia, and Texas were always competing for number 2. Florida has such a surplus of talent. Now, what I will say is this. When Howard Schnellenberger first coined that phrase, the state of Miami, it was that we got first pick, basically. We got right of first refusal. But the players that we went after, that we targeted from that state of Miami, they were staying home at Miami. Okay. In fact, I can remember like when Derek Brown, the tight end that played at Notre Dame, him going to Notre Dame was a huge upset to everybody, because here was a kid that was expected to go to Miami. That's been the case in the past, and I think we have to make that the case in the future. Now, we've also won 5 national championships with 4 different head coaches.
Facts. I'm back.
Okay. And here's the thing. Yes, have we had great coaches? Not just Howard Schnellenberger and Jimmy Johnson, but Butch Davis and Dave Wanstead and all these guys that started their careers. But that's like the chicken and the egg. They became really well known because of the success we had at Miami. And that success was true no matter the coach. Our last national championship was Larry Coker as a coach.
And Erickson was.
Okay, Erickson is the only one that had 2.
Right, but what I'm saying, Erickson wasn't like a.
Well, he was an innovator, because the one back offense back then, Erickson literally ran coaching clinics about the one back offense.
I don't know about that, big dog.
Well, it was at the time, it was.
No, I'm saying like I don't know about it, like that's before my time.
Right. But talent trumps everything. Okay, you have to have the talent.
You disagree with me?
I don't. I do think you're right. I think we're going to have turnover as the assistants, because we had that always. And when you have success, Nick Saban has to rebuild his coaching staff every year.
Where the is Dan, man?
Because his assistant, what's that?
Like when he famous, he said, "Where the F is Dan?"
Yeah, where the F is Dan. That's when you have success, you're going to have to turn over assistants. Now, I will say it like I said before. I have seen a financial commitment from University of Miami and the athletic department
starting with Rick, I believe,
that I've never seen before.
Right.
Okay, we were always doing things on the cheap. People forget, but when we got Jimmy Johnson, this goes to the point I'm going to tell you about the players. Okay, when we got Jimmy Johnson, hardly anybody knew that he was the head coach at Oklahoma State. When we got Dennis Erickson, it was like, Dennis Erickson? Okay, now those coaches had great success because of those great players. All right, but to give you an idea, you know who agrees with me in terms of talent? Jimmy Johnson. Okay, do you guys know the story of how Jimmy decided he was going to Miami? His friend, Lovelace, his last name, who was a very good friend, was been on the staff, was friend with Jimmy and Barry Switzer. When Jimmy Johnson got offered the job, his friend, he was undecided. His friend said, "Let me ask you a question. In 5 years at Oklahoma State, how many times have you beaten Nebraska?" And he said, "No, never." He said, "How many times have you beaten Oklahoma?" He said, "No, never." He goes, "So you're 0-10 against those two schools." Yeah, Miami just beat Nebraska for the national championship. So that's how he was telling Jimmy, go to Miami because they have the players.
Right.
And he went to Miami, and the rest is history. Okay, so when our team is rolling, talent won't ever be an issue because of the recruiting base that we have, that state of Miami. Now, I do think and I understand what his point is, it might be irrational to think you can't keep all those players because of just how many great ones there are. But what it was back in the day when we've been Miami is that we got our pick. And then the rest of the players went elsewhere. And that's where I think we can get it to. And I would like to see Manny. I think this is Manny's dream job. And I think he has success here. He has success at Miami. He's going to stay at Miami for his entire coaching career. And then we'll just have to get new assistants.
I'm with you.
But let's remember, when we hired Dan Enos, we had to match Alabama and Georgia, who were throwing money at Enos.
Yeah.
Okay, and we still paid Enos, even though we had to pay $4 million to Temple to get Manny.
Mm-hmm.
So I do see a financial commitment that hasn't always been there in the past.
I got you. And his last question, I believe, was if he had to pick another rival in the ACC besides FSU, who would it be?
Virginia Tech for me.
Damn.
Yeah, Virginia Tech. People forget, but we had a really good rivalry with Virginia Tech back in the day.
That's what it was going to be for me.
Yeah, Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech. That's what it'd be for me. Yeah,
I think so, and I think the fact that we're both in the Coastal, I think that could be a really fun rivalry going forward. Virginia Tech has hit some hard times too, though. And although they had a remarkable season that could have been a disaster, they actually ended up having a decent season last year. But I think that's the rivalry that I most think would be the natural one.
I'm with you. All right, so let's get to Kane's U's question here, man. Thank you once again.
And Bergie with a donation again. Thank you, Bergie. And Kane's U, thank you. But go ahead.
Yeah, hopefully you're still watching, man. Sorry it took us so long to get to your question, man. What do we want now result-wise? People saying 8 wins. Honestly, I think 9s. Kane's U, this is what I'm going to say. I have no idea, brother. I have no idea for the simple fact of the whole coronavirus situation.
Yeah. If we end up playing 11 games, I do think 8 or 9 would be a good number. I think this team.
If we end up playing 11 games where none of our crucial players, or hopefully, God forbid, none of our kids obviously get COVID.
Coronavirus.
But let's say, one of our whatever. I'm not gonna name names because I don't like even saying that playing around or whatever. But I'm just saying, you get players that start coming out with COVID, and all of a sudden you're playing second, third string. Like,
right.
I mean, that's something that you can't predict. It's hard. But okay, fine. For the sake of an art, I mean, you tell me. I mean, look. Let me just double check right here.
You don't want to put a number on it because it'll be 11 games basically. Plus
I know it'll be 11 games, man.
Plus the ACC championship game when we beat Clemson.
But question is, Big Dog, how many wins would it take?
Right.
Because now that we got Notre Dame, I mean, how many wins is it going to take to get to Charlotte?
It's gonna take, I would say, 10.
Right.
I'd say maybe you could get in with 9. You could get in with 9.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I just think the fact that Notre Dame.
No, I was including the non-conference game too. I think you need to win at least 8 conference games for sure.
Oh yeah.
In order to have a shot at being in the ACC championship.
Yeah, but I think the path obviously has gotten much a little more difficult for the Canes to get there.
Correct. I agree.
But we'll see. I think it's going to take how
many conference wins you think it'll take to get there?
Honestly,
8?
Big Dog.
Yeah. 8? Yeah, that's what I'm figuring.
Yeah.
Plus, so we win. So 8 wins, and then we win the non-conference game against either Temple, UAB, or Wagner.
Yeah.
So then you're looking at 9 wins, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that 9 win is a solid choice.
Yeah.
And obviously, the ability is there to do it. Now we just have to go out and do it.
Yeah. Let me get to Bergie's question.
Yeah, if you guys had, because Tommy was asking who the non-conference game. Blake James has said that it'll either be Temple, UAB, or Wagner.
No.
So,
Bergie with another $5 donation, man. Thank you so much,
Thank
Bergie.
you, Bergie.
He says Jimmy was 29, 25, and 3.
There you go.
Mistake. If I told you that our next coach had the same record nowadays, would you take him? Would fans be receptive?
There you go. Bergie, that's an absolutely valid point.
True. Everybody wanted to get Manny out of town, but I mean, it was kind of bad.
No, it was terrible. But you know what? He proved me wrong. He had the guts to fire Enos. He had the guts to fire Butch Berry, and bring in Rhett Lashley, bring in Garrett Justice, bring in Rob Likens. Okay, a lot of people weren't happy with the wide receivers.
You know what, man?
Right?
I really like the. Go ahead, finish your point, Big Dog.
No, and he didn't hesitate to fire Taylor Stubblefield and bring in Rob Likens.
I love this outlook and this comment right here from J Love T, man.
Go ahead.
He says, Charlotte, not important. I want to see what this coaching staff can do. That's my biggest observation.
That's fair. I do too.
I really like that, man. I really like that because listen, man. Obviously because of this whole thing, man, the whole coronavirus. Let's say we don't get to Charlotte, but we win 8 games or we win 9 games total. You know what I'm saying? But obviously Notre Dame, maybe they win 10. I mean, whatever. Let's just say we don't get to Charlotte, man, but we see us trending in the right direction.
Right,
I think that's what J Love T is trying to get at. Right. Like we're not losing to inferior competition.
Right.
When it comes to on par competition or even superior competition, where we're
just put it this way, that we play up to our ability and the place that we believe.
That's what I think J Love T is trying is saying.
I agree.
Playing back comment, and I'm with you, man. And look, at Gallo Negro saying, "Yep, I want to see if Manny can coach." A lot of people want to see that as well.
Yeah,
including...
this is going to Manny Diaz. If I had Manny's ear, this is what I'd say: Manny, recruiting, transfer portal, you've proven yourself.
Oh,
all the exterior things outside of the program, you have proven yourself.
Yeah.
Now we have to see it on the field.
Yeah.
And we have to see all that translate into us becoming a powerhouse again.
Yeah.
And we see that. And then we're looking at very bright skies ahead.
Tabardine, man, you made me laugh, man.
Tabardine's always been in Manny's corner.
He has, man. Listen, when Manny is hosting up that college football playoff trophy, man, Tabardine's gonna jump in here first and be like, "I told you so."
And what are we all gonna say?
We're gonna be like, "Yes,
you did. Yes, you did. We're not worthy."
J Love T, man, with a 2000 Nation, man. Thank you so much. He said exactly. I want the 2016 Kings, not the 2017 squad.
Anthony had a comment because he understood the kids were going through to be the first person in their families to go to college. Anthony, Howard Schnellenberger, listen, in terms of foundational, Howard, if we have a Mount Rushmore of coaches, that first face is Howard Schnellenberger's.
Oh, you have to.
Because you have to remember when Jimmy took over Miami, it was off of a national championship.
Right.
When Howard Schnellenberger came to Miami, there was no history of success. Trust me. I went to Hurricane games at the Orange Bowl in the 70s where I could hear conversations with the players. Okay? That tells you how bad we were in the 70s. And that's when Howard Schnellenberger took over. So if you go to who is the number one guy in making Miami a signature program in college football, Howard Schnellenberger starts with him.
Yeah.
And he's the one that deserves the most credit.
I like this from Mr. Roberts. We crucified Manny after first year. That offense / special teams really didn't help. The defense.
That's
Manny
true.
Made them kiss the ring. But I'll tell you what, Mr. Roberts, if we didn't have as bad of a season as we had, maybe we would still have some of the same people on staff that maybe shouldn't belong here. Obviously, because they're gone now. My point is that maybe we don't have a Rhett Lashley, maybe
Correct.
we don't have a Garrett Justice, we don't have a Terry Lockett, maybe we don't have an Ed Reed, and it goes on and on. So you know what? Maybe it was a blessing in disguise, man.
Yeah.
Those days are behind us, so
J Love wanted to call in too. You want to take a phone? I know you got to leave and with the babies. We have 164 watching, 111 likes. Thank you guys so much, man. You guys are amazing with your support.
J Love, I'll go ahead and get you in here, and anybody else, man. Let's just make the phone calls quick and to the point, man. If you guys got a question, because I gotta start putting these babies down, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the lines up right now.
No, and Anthony, I do understand your point, but Howard Schnellenberger connected. Oh, D, thank you so
with
much.
Another dono, man. You lighting us up, D. He said, "Give me your prediction, big dog. Breakout player of the year, defense." Oh my God, I love questions like this. Hold on. Before we get to D, let me go ahead and answer this call.
Thank you, D. Go ahead.
You're on with Junior and the big dog. Who we got?
What's good, fellas, man? What's up, man? It's J Love T, man.
What do you say, J Love?
I want to say it again, man, because like I said, man, we got to give our people their roses while they're here. Happy belated birthday, big dog, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, J Love.
So let me go to my comment. Like I said, the reason why I said I don't care about Charlotte, you got to understand, we're still evaluating Manny and the coaching staff.
True.
At the end of the day, I'm glad we played Clemson. You know why? Because this staff will be put on notice. I'm not evaluating Manny. Manny tried to. Manny made adjustments. Manny showed that he's Miami. Manny showed that he can recruit. So at the end of the day, I'll give Manny his 5 years. Head coaches don't win championships in 3-4 years, ladies and gentlemen. The coach has to build the coaching staff.
Yep.
Let's let Manny make his mistakes. We already hired him. Now let's win with him. I'm not saying he should only win 4 or 5 games, but at the end of the day, we have to grow. It's not built overnight. So I don't know why he's saying we got to evaluate Manny. No, we need to evaluate Rick. We need to evaluate Blake Baker. And I'm so happy that we played Clemson because this year, Blake Baker got to show me that he can run a defense. I don't care he had a 13th-ranked defense. He gave up the most points in the second half in the past 5 years. The most points. His biggest weakness is second half adjustment. People need to watch football. Understand what's going on. And yes, the offense and the field goal kick and the special teams suck. But if you go back, we lost 4 games in the fourth quarter. So the defense could have offense, it's all on the special team. Blake Baker played a huge part of that. And Rick Lashley. That's why I said I want the 2016 team. The 2016 team finished 8-4, but we knew the next year, Brad Kyle and boys were going to do their thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not want the 2017 team. The team that won 10 games would make Mark Rick off 3 games on his shoulders. He would shoot. He would look in the mirror and said, I do not have to make any adjustments on offense. I'm going to go with the same thing. And the whole fan base, realistic fan base, we was not going to be LSU when we go here. So like I said, I just wanted to make that point. And like I said, once again, happy birthday, big dog, man.
Thank you. Thank you, J-Love.
Thank you so much, man. Have a good night, man.
Thank you, J-Love. And listen, to his point, and we had touched on it before, but I want to reiterate it. What a difference Rhett Lashley makes. I don't know if people who won the Heisman last year? Joe Burrow, right? His season is arguably the greatest season
Ever.
in the history of college football.
Yep.
As a quarterback, right?
Yep.
If I would have said that to you when we played LSU and we saw Joe Burrow, that season he completed 58% of his passes only.
Yeah.
If I would have said to you that Joe Burrow would have the type of season that he had last year, you would have put me in a home. Right?
Yeah. What's up?
Okay.
What's up, 247?
What changed? Offensive coordinator or passing game. Sorry, passing game coordinator, like they call him.
Right.
Okay, but we know he was the coordinator of the offense.
Yeah.
Okay? And then Joe Burrow went from a 58%, okay, solid team guy, game manager type, to the most dynamic season in the history of college football.
Yeah.
Completing 76% of his passes?
Mm-hmm. No, ridiculous.
Okay? You could make the case that was the greatest college football season by a quarterback.
I think
and that same guy the year before, like I said, 58% completion percentage. And people forget that, but that's what he was in 2018.
Right.
So, I do think absolutely Joe Brady, listen, everybody knew J-Love, Joe Brady was the man.
Yeah. No, what's up, 247? Yeah, LSU had a lot of players drafted, man.
No.
We'll see how they rebound.
They have a ton of talent. I'm not saying that. Okay, but you have to have the coaches to put the players in the best position to succeed. And to J-Love's point, Manny had the guts to say, okay, that was terrible. I'm not going to, because a lot of coaches, what do with like a hire like Dan Enos? Because remember, we yanked them away from Alabama and Georgia. Okay, Manny would have stuck by him. He didn't. He said, you remember, I thought Enos would be back.
Yeah.
He pulled the trigger.
Yeah, he did.
Brought in Garen Justice, brought in Telly Lockett, brought in Rob Likens. And we went, what? Ed Reed as chief of staff. And you're right. Sometimes a positive comes out of a negative. If it wasn't for the season that we had, maybe we don't make those changes.
Right.
And those changes have long-lasting positive impact.
Absolutely.
So
let's go ahead and get to D's question before we bounce, big dog. Give me your prediction, big dog. Breakout player of the year on defense and on offense. He has Bubba Bolden on defense, and he has Cam
on offense. Good choices, both. D. Breakout player. I'll say on offense, Jeremiah Payton on offense.
Okay.
And I'll say on defense, Jared Harrison Hunt.
Okay. On defense for me, I'm going to go Sam Brooks. And
I'm sorry. I'm going to change defensively. I'm going to go Avery Huff. Instead of Jared Harrison Hunt, I'm going to go Avery Huff.
Okay.
He'll be my breakout player on defense. Go ahead.
Okay. And on offense, I'm gonna go with Rooster.
Rooster? Okay.
Yeah.
So you went Rooster and Sam Brooks.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going Avery Huff and Jeremiah Payton. Now I do think Bubba Bolden is going to have a monster season though.
Oh yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I just don't. I didn't want to pick the same guy you picked, and I don't know if he's that much of a breakout player because I think we already have very high expectations. That's why you can't pick out. You can't pick Greg Rousseau. So I didn't pick Bubba because I think we're expecting great things from Bubba Bolden. So I don't think that's so much of a breakout player. But look, Anthony has a good one too. He said Keyshawn Smith and Jalen Phillips.
Yeah.
And George has Nesta and Harley. Those are good choices too.
Nesta has to have a big year, man.
Yeah, we need Nesta. We need Nesta to have a big season.
Can add 2 and have your opinions. Can I add 2 and have your opinions? Yeah, man. We are about to bounce though, man.
You got it. Guys, thank you so much.
Keontra Smith and Mark Pope for Dante. That's another player we got to see, man. Mark Pope.
Dante, do you believe? Are you in the camp that Keontra will eventually unseat Gilbert Frierson as a striker? Because I actually like Frierson to stay as a number one striker. I know some people have Keontra maybe superseding him.
McLeod and Cam, I like that orange and green. I like that.
Those are good choices too. Yeah, McLeod. You know what? I think he's going to have a great year. Bergie says Javier Restrepo and Avante.
I like
247s has Wiggins and Frierson. Good choices, man. All of you guys have some good choices though.
Yeah, Keontra. Oh, so
Dante just says from jump. Dante says Keontra he thinks is going to be the number one striker.
SJS is saying the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people feel that way. I think Gilbert's going to have a good season, though. I think he's going to have a big year.
I've always liked Gilbert, man.
I do, too. And you know what? Here's the thing. When Frierson got playing time last year behind Romeo Finley, when Frierson was on the field, you noticed he was on the field.
Right.
And he popped out at you. And made some big plays at striker.
And that's what I said about Sam Brooks, man, because when Sam Brooks is on the field, he flashed.
You notice him. Yeah, you need to notice him.
You didn't notice
flash. I just think Avery Huff is going to be special.
I think Henny thinks possible has the best ones. He says Junior on defense and Big Dog on
I like it.
On defense.
I like it.
Hey, man, listen, guys, it's been real, man. I got to go put these kids to bed, man. Wish I could go longer. We'll see what happens this weekend. We'll see if Jason Marshall is indeed gonna sign on, or not sign, or commit on Saturday, or whether he's gonna wait to see what LT does, or he's gonna. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on, but we'll see. I think we have some exciting things. There's what happened?
There's something I wanted to mention, guys. It looks. The way that what they're going to do with COVID is going to benefit us. Now, I don't know if we will have an early signing day this season because of the lack of the dead period, because of the lack of trips, which helps us with recruiting. Because now all those relationships that we've built up over years, guys will not be able to travel to a lot of places. So that's big.
That's true, 904. Have a good night, Mr. Roberts. Everybody that joined us, man. Everybody that joined us.
Absolutely.
Everybody, thank you, D, once again, man, for your donations. Everybody that donated, but everybody that's in the chat, man. Thank you so much for joining us every single Wednesday. We had a lot of people in here, which was nice to see, man. We miss you guys, man. We love chopping it up with you guys. If you guys are new here and you're watching this for the first time, either live or on the playback, and you want to join the Junior and the Big Dog family, man, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you can get notified anytime me and the Big Dog do go live. We do it every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. We also do, like I said when I first opened, player breakdowns, recruiting breakdowns. We're gonna dive deep into our 2021 recruiting class and do all of our player breakdowns like we always do, man. But we're waiting to see how we round up the class, and to see what possible scenarios we could have in terms of filling up the last spots that we have left, man. If you guys are watching us on Facebook, check us out on YouTube if you can, man. Just hit that sub button. Even if you just want to watch us on Facebook, we're trying to get these subs up, baby. Let's get these subs up. Let's get these likes up. Let's expand this Junior and the Big Dog family, man. Because honestly, we just love talking some Miami Hurricanes football with you guys. So if you enjoy the content, you already know, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. Share it to your family, your friends, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, whoever, baby. Let them know about Junior the Big Dog, the best and your favorite father and son duo when it comes to Miami Hurricanes football and sports. What else you got? You got anything else to add, Big Dog?
I'm good. Thank
good,
you,
man.
guys. Thank all of you.
Also, man, for those of you that live here in South Florida, man, doesn't look like it's gonna be anything crazy, man. But keep an eye on that little tropical disturbance that's gonna be out there. Miss Roberts, I know is gonna be heading towards the Bahamas as well. Hopefully, it stays weak, and hopefully it stays, just a rainmaker. But you never know. You never know, man. The waters are hot, so it's crazy. Things are changing very rapidly, man. So if anything if this, I think Isaiah or whatever it is what it's gonna eventually be called, man. If it does turn into something, man, and it's gonna obviously be here this weekend, so we won't talk to you guys until Wednesday. Be safe, and stay indoors, man, and just have a good time, kick back. But hopefully it's nothing too serious, man, and it's just a lot of rain. Not too much rain, but you know what I'm trying to say. Hopefully it's something serious, man. But if it gets a little more serious, man, just be safe, guys. In case we don't talk to you guys until next week, man. So with that being said, man, hey, listen.
And Shonda, thank you for the birthday wishes too. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you, Shonda.
And we'll be keeping the Bahamas in our prayers, Shonda, too.
I hope
they had enough. That storm has to stay the heck away from the Bahamas.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, man.
So
hey, with that being said,
be in our prayers.
We're out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining us once again. As always, it's all
about this you. Thank you, guys. You have a great night.
Have a good night, guys.